We continue to talk about these technology development zones. First of all, let me introduce you. My name is Yasin Danyan. I am Technology Development Zone Specialist. I am working on clustering academically. I'm trying to explain the benefits of technology development zones, which are the intersection of technology have significant advantages. This presentation discusses the subject of public support with its negotiation. These are a lot, but here are 10 provided with recent changes. These have some changes. What is a AIT exemption? How to use a custom study exemption? How is the SSI employees premium share according to 5746? What is the income tax exemption? Here is the value added tax. Firstly, what is the OIT exemption for value added tax and how is it sought? Here, first of all, the transaction being made according to the first clause of the first paragraph of the 20 article of the value added tax law number 3065 is maintained. According to the Technology Development Zones Law number 4691 of the entrepreneurs operating in the Technology Development Zone and the Specialized Technology Development Zone within of the period when their earnings are exempted from income or corporate tax, exclusively the delivery and services in which they produce in these zones and in such as system management, data management, business applications, sectoral internet, game, mobile, and in the form of military command and control application, software are exemptional from value-added tax. In terms of transactions exempted in this context, the provision of subparagraph A of the first paragraph of Article 30 of this law shall not be applied. We continue to explain how to use the advantages of law number 4691. On this page, it states article 2 paragraph 1 and 2. What does it say here? With their gut earnings of managing companies within the scope of this law application and exclusively their gut earnings from software design and R&D activities in the zone of the income and corporate taxpayers operating in the zone are exempt from income and corporate tax until 31/12/2028. There are some special provisions for income and corporate taxpayers in the region if these earnings are obtained from the sale, transfer, or lease of intangible rights. Yes, it is also a customs tax exemption in other gain too. This is in the edition article 2 of the Technology Development Zones Law number 4691. The goods imported to be used in research related to software, R&D, innovation and design projects carried out within the scope of this law are exemptional from customs duty and all kinds of funds, papers and made transactions held within this scope are exemptional from stamp duty and duty. You can bring material from abroad for customs tax free. Another advantage originates from law number 5746. Yes, there is premium support by SSI. It is for personnel who carry out R&D activities in places such as R&D or technology centers. The support is insurance premium support. It also applies in technology development zones too. A payroll is given and the salary is paid while the person is given a salary. It is not that the premium is calculated based on the salary paid. Part of this premium belongs to the employee. part belongs to the employer. The public administration does not receive half of the employee's premium. Income tax is also deducted from the salary of the person. The amount of income tax is determined by the legislation. Now let's get to the subject. Until 31/12/2028, the income tax calculated after applying the minimum line allowance on the wages of the R&D design and support personnel working in the region related to this their that is cancelled by deducting from the tax accurate on the consuls declaration to be submitted. It is declared by deducting from the accurate income tax with the declaration. Papers issued regarding the fees within this scope are exempt from stamp tax. The number of support personnel who will benefit from the incentives regarding income tax withholding and insurance premium employees share cannot exit. It is 10% of the number of R&D and design personnel. For the zone firms, a total number of personnel up to 15. This rate is applied as 20%, with a vested week, vacation and annual paid leave periods in fees corresponding to the holidays specified in the law on national holidays and about general holidays dated 17/3/1981 and numbered 24/29 covered by this incentive. The other subject is machinery and equipment VAT exemption. Now let's examine the VAT exemption for new machinery and equipment deliveries. VAT exemption for new machinery and equipment deliveries passes within the scope of October 25, 1984 item of Article 13 of the Value Added Tax Law number 3065 dated. New machinery material is purchased to be used within the scope of the project. This new machinery is purchased and an invoice is issued when purchasing this machinery and that invoice is issued without a VAT. Of course, in this case, the company naturally changes provides to the fact that it buys without a VAT. As a transaction, a notification is made to the organization from which we purchase the goods with the document we receive from the tax office with the new machinery equipment discount from the establishment. And 18% profit is optioned under the certain conditions. After the VAT is deducted for example, a profit at 1,800 Turkish lira is optioned in 10,000 Turkish lira. It is an important gain. Supporting some grades, the legislature provides support for some grades. Now, some grades are supported. Programs to be supported with mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology undergraduate programs of higher education institutions open the option received from the Council of Higher Education. The other programs to be determined by the Ministry for Technology Development Zones, firms employing R&D personnel with at least a bachelor's degree in the program areas to be supported for the monthly wage. Theirs paid to each of these personal amount of part amount of the monthly gross amount of minimum wage applied for that year is covered from the operation to be placed in the budget of the Ministry of Industry and Technology for a period of 2 years. Like chemistry biology, other programs are not yet clear, as much as the minimum wage is supported and covered by the state during the period. Now next, income and corporate tax reduction in capital support. This is another support. Actually, in different legislation, there are different supports to be implemented until 31/12/2028 to be used in the financing of projects within the scope of this law to those operating in the zone. Capital supports provided by income and corporate taxpayers not to exceed 10% of the declared income or corporate income and 20% of the equity capital. In the determination of commercial gain pursuant to Article 89 of the Income Tax Law number 193 dated 31/12/1960 and a corporate gain pursuant to Article 10 of the Corporate Tax Law dated 13/6/2006 and number 15/5/20, the subject of discount is made. The amount to be discounted subject cannot exceed 1 million Turkish lira annual. To reduce the rates and monetary limit, please, taken in this article by it is half or to increase it up to 4 times. The President is authorized to be used in the financing of projects within the scope from the transfer of capital supports provided by income and corporate taxpayers. It does not stay in the relevant companies for at least 4 years. In case of the sale of shares or partial or complete purchase of invested capital, taxes were not accrued on time because of the discount or collected together with the default interest. In fact, the purpose here is to provide capital support, especially to newly established companies, a system established to provide funds. Another support, Ph.D. student support, is when a doctoral student enters the lesson, he could show the time he has been in the lesson as working in the region. The support is within the scope of law number 4691. Support can be given to firms that take place in the zones for the PhD student R&D personnel they employ for 2 years, limited to the appropriation to be placed in the budget of the ministry within the framework of the conditions determined by the regulation by the ministry. Intern Support. Intern Support Technology Development Zones Law number 4691 dated 26/6/2001, Article 3, Paragraph 1, Clause 2 and Article 8, Paragraph 6. Intern in enterprises, the students doing vocational work by the Council of Higher Education in higher education institutions or by the Ministry of National Education, demand appropriate to be given in vocational and technical education schools and institutions determined as specific to the field at each level, apart from the theoretical and applied. For courses envisages being accurate with the teaching programs for the development of professional knowledge, skills, attitudes, and behaviors, the recognition of the sector, adaptation to business life in order to grow up in actual production and service environment. Firms employing interns within the scope of this law can be supported within the framework of the conditions determined by the regulation by the ministry limited to the operation to be placed in the ministry budget. At the moment, we have tried to explain the issue in terms of taxation and social security advantages, which are one of the 10 benefits. See you at the next train. I will plan new phrases of train. Thank you for your time and my best regards. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye.